Hello, trading is closed on May 24th, 2023. As usual, we'll start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, make some predictions. This is my trading plan for Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Remember, my calls can be wrong, trade at your own risk. Also remember, I've been busy most of this week and will continue to be busy this week. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this, and tomorrow should also have the early high. We had a target 41.7365, and we said unless we gap down smartly, that should print. We gapped down smartly, so for 2 days in a row, there's no call. So what we said bears needed to undercut the low of day promptly, and they did what they had to do. We have new targets from today's patterns, 41.05 and change. Whenever I see a cluster of targets like this, which aren't printing in their preferred time frame, trading can be a lot less fun. I know these numbers should print at some point, but when there are failures to print in their preferred time frame, they do tend to occur in clusters, so I can have less confidence in this 41.05 number, particularly when futures are up smartly as I'm recording this. Here was an ultimate buy signal that worked. MEJT said the rally is false. Sustainability criteria were not met. Gives us the targets. The general idea is we're completing an ABC after making wave 1. And this is either going to be wave 2 or wave A of 2. So we're looking for wave C that has some kind of relationship to wave A. Well, here's your wave A. And wave C is right at the 78.6. So if we do stop here, you can justify it. This is a candidate for the end of wave black C. Now, of course, this isn't the only count. I mean, this whole thing could be 3. We could still be in 4. We could still have a wave 5 down to come. There's nothing in the rules preventing that from happening that I know of. But this is a count which has today's low as a candidate, at least, for the end of this decline. I think once this consolidation is completed, I still expect us to go higher. That doesn't tell me where the consolidation completes. Now this is the FOMC announcement price. You can see it usually separates markets going up from markets going down, and we stayed on the bearish side. So even though futures are up, until we clear this with some kind of authority, you have to play things kind of close to the vest, I think. But still, we gapped down, hit lower lows, closed over all the lows. We're up smartly in the futures market. Even though I have lower targets, I'm in an environment where these targets aren't printing in their preferred time frame. There's nothing preventing us from going up. We'll have to use the mixed signals rules. Tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We could still gap down. It's positive. We gap down, hit a lower low, closed over intraday lows. So either we gap and promptly undercut today's low, or we see higher prices tomorrow. Doesn't mean we close higher. It's negative. There are lower MEJT targets, and the pattern didn't close near its high. This pattern almost always will. So unless we gap and promptly overtake today's high, we should see lower prices. Doesn't mean we close lower. So we're looking for a gap in the prompt move outside the day's range. Sometimes it's delayed by a day. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but that's kind of a rare bird. We did have a timing system of somebody else, which called yesterday as a low, but there is a leeway. If you're off by a day, it doesn't mean very much, so it still is a candidate, but it hasn't proven itself yet. Futures are up, and it would be nice if we could rally and hit these highs. But all I'm going to do is say the odds are we're going to gap and promptly trade outside the range, and sometimes it's delayed by a day. We have lower targets, but you have these higher targets too that should print at some time, and I still think that this drop we're having is a prelude to a much bigger move on the upside. Just a question of where that move starts from. Tomorrow has the early high, and that's today's call.